You are for?
I'm for the respondent, your
I'm
lordship.
for the petitioner. They are for the managing committee.
Respondent number 5, your lordship.
Respondent number
Managing
5.
committee.
It's about termination of the assistant teacher from school.
Teacher without a school.
Teacher knows.
On made by the respondent 5. Not objected to by petitioner. This is matter after 3 weeks.
Obliged.
Deeply obliged, lordship.
May I please, your lordship, I beg to mention item number 17, your lordship. That this matter be taken up after 2 weeks.
You are for?
Petitioner,
Who's for the respondent?
I have not seen one, your lordship.
Should have informed them.
Yes, I tried to inform them, but I didn't. I'll inform them later when I.
How can you do that? What if they object? What if they press? You tried fine. We'll let the matter be called up. Let the matter be called up.
Yes, your lordship.
Let the matter be called up. In the meantime, you try to find the counsel, and then we'll get their counsel.
Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 11 and 15. 11.
That's number 15. Yes, this was 15. This one, yeah.
Why?
The senior conducting counsel is out of station, Your Lordship.
Who is the senior conducting counsel?
Mr. S. Azarika.
You are for?
For the appellant, Your Lordship.
Appellant. You are mentioning which item number?
Item number
Lordship
15,
is, I mentioned item 15.
11 and 15.
Oh, 15.
11 as
Mr.
Be
15. Your Lordship.
Be clear in your submission. Whether you're talking about 15 or you're talking about 11.
Similar prayer for number 11, Your Lordship.
On permit by the petitioner. Let's just matter up to 2 weeks.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Okay. 15 Rojo.
Please, Lordship. Lordship, I'd like to mention item number 12.
So 15, I know 3 weeks more.
Item number 12.
15. No, 11 too. Yes.
I'd like to mention item number 12, Your Lordship. Pray for 3 weeks' time as the conducting counsel is not speaking well.
You are for?
For the petitioner, Your Lordship.
On behalf of the respondent, no objection, your lordship.
On permit by the petitioner. Not objected to by respondent. List this matter up to 2 weeks.
Much obliged.
Please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention an item number 10.
Why?
Lordship, senior counsel is out of station, Your Lordship.
Oh, yeah, I'm the petitioner, my lord.
You are for?
Sorry, my lord. I thought it's item number 13.
Who's for the respondent?
I'm appearing for respondent number 5.
Should we already inform the respondent also?
On permit by the petitioner, list this matter up to 2 weeks.
Highly obliged, Your Lordship. Lordship, similar prayer for item 13.
Please, Your Lordship. Lordship, you are. You're for petitioner.
Well, I'm for the petitioner. Well, this matter has been pending for quite some time, my lord.
Yes. So,
Lordship,
Since I have already informed yesterday that the senior counsel is not well, so my lord, let the matter be adjourned today. Possibly be taken up the next day, my lord.
on permit by the respondent. Not objected to by petitioner. This is matter up to 2 weeks.
highly obliged, Your Lordship.
Please, Your Lordship. Lordship, I would like to mention item number 4 as the conducting counsel, Mr. Arjha, is out of station, Your Lordship.
I'm appearing on behalf of the respondent, my lord.
This is a whole matter, 2017. Yes, Your Lordship. On prayer made by the petitioner. List this matter for 1 week. Your Lordship, similar submission for item numbers 7 and 8, Your Lordship. On prayer made by the petitioner, list this matter for 2 weeks. Obliged, Your Honor.
May it please, Lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item number 3. The list, Lordship.
2016 matter, Mr.
Lordship, I've just been informed by that Mr. H. Hazarika, the counsel who is leading his case, Lordship, he's out of station.
Who's for the petitioner?
I'm appearing on behalf of the petitioner.
Mention has been made on behalf of the Leonard Counsel, Leonard G. appearing for the state respondent, seeking accommodation on ground of personal difficulty. The prayer made has not been objected to by the petitioner. On consideration of the prayer made, the same is allowed. It is, however, made clear that no further adjournment will be allowed in this case.
Pleasure.
Much obliged.
This is matter for 2 weeks.
On supplementary cost list, item number 1.
May I please, Your Lordship? Your Lordship, let this matter be taken up at the end of the board. Let this matter be taken up at the end of the board.
Why? You are
Because
there.
the conducting counsel is next in the courtroom to Your Lordship.
Doesn't matter. You're also there in the case, isn't it?
Yes, Your Lordship.
You have
But,
signed the power.
but Your Lordship, the conducting counsel is only to.
The file is with you.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Then go through the file and tell me what is to be done. Yes, what are the facts of the case? Excuse me.
Your Lordship, if you can you take another board, Your Lordship? Because I'm not prepared, Your Lordship. The conducting counsel only.
End of the vote.
Item number 2.
Same.
Daily cost list, item number 1.
This case, Your Lordship, is awaiting service report by way responding, Your Lordship. Steps have already been taken, Your Lordship. The office note would say that the notice on respondent 3 has not yet been affected. Respondent 7, it appears, has received since the AD card has come. So now we are left with 3, 4, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. 1 and 2. Then counsel for the petitioner has submitted that the service report as regard the notice issued upon the respondents 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 respectively has not yet been received, and as such it is prayed that some more time may be awaited for the same. However, office note would reveal that the respondent 7 has received the notice since the AD card has been received by the office. No report has, however, been received as far as the notice issued upon the respondent number 3, 4, 5 and 6 respectively are concerned. As prayed for, the same is awaited. List this matter up to 2 weeks. Much obliged. Excuse me.
May I please, Your Lordship, the conducting counsel is next on the courtroom 2, Your Lordship. Let this matter be taken up by the report.
Your Lordship, actually here we just have to submit our written submissions, Your Lordship.
Was it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Have you filed yours?
Yes.
Yes, Your Lordship.
You have filed. Have you filed the respondents?
Actually, they are the contesting parties. Record and file it.
But you are also there. You have given the approval on their recommendation.
What we I'll file it then. Because we have only stated that we received only one application, and we have given approval to that application. We have stated that we have not never received petitioner's application. But then I will file it.
You are appearing for respondent?
For respondent number 5, 6 and 9.
5, 6 and 9. So what about 7 and 8? Who are 7 and 8?
Just one minute. Respondent number 8 is the secretary of the Darbar Shnong. Number 7 is the headman.
Okay, so they have not appeared, I believe. The Learned Counsel for the respondent five, 6 and 9 has submitted that the written argument has been filed. You are filing when after has been, the written argument is being filed today. Mr. KP Bhattacharjee, Leonard J, has however submitted that some time may be allowed for the state respondent to file the written argument. the petitioner is allowed to respond to the written argument filed by the
Your Lordship, the petitioner has already filed, it seems.
no, the petitioner is allowed to respond to your written argument on law points. I believe you have cited some authorities.
No, Your Lordship, no
You're not.
authorities.
Factual matter, factual aspects not required to be.
I may request my friend to give me a copy of the written.
You have not given.
I haven't.
Give me a copy.
Yes, Your Lordship, I'll give it.
As prayed for, list this matter for 1 week. But be sure to do it, Mr. Shetty. It's a 2017 matter.
No. Actually, I was initially thinking that I'm not filed. I'll file it.
Item number 16.
Nanchu, tahu tu? Yes, who's appearing?
Please, Your Honor. Your Lordship, we are to file our affidavit.
You are appearing for?
I'm for private respondent number 2.
Number 2.
Lordship, the respondent is out of station, Your Lordship.
No, you have to file affidavit. What
Yes, Your
affidavit?
Lordship, we couldn't get him to come and sign, Your Lordship. And the conducting counsel himself is out of station, Your Lordship. Pray for time, Your Lordship. Sanjay Shah.
Mr. Learned Counsel for the respondent number 2 has submitted that the response to the application filed by the petitioner could not be filed today on the ground that the deponent is out of station. As such, some time is prayed for the same to be filed. On pre-made, same is allowed. Let the response be filed within the next date fix. How long?
2 weeks time, Your Lordship.
This is matter to 2 weeks.
You oblige, Your Lordship.
Item number 17.
Yes.
Well, I believe
Was that-
Mr. Sheikh had informed us that he would not be in a position to appear today for the respondent. I think if it had been taken up next week, Lord. So, revision against the dismissal of maintenance.
Okay. You are the wife.
Yes, Lord.
On pre-made by the petitioner, place this matter to 1 week.
Item number 9.
Yes, who's appearing here? Mr. Sheikh. Mr. Day, you said Mr. Sheikh is out of station or?
Item 17.
No, whatever the case may be, I'm talking about the counsel.
Only in that matter, my lord, he has expressed some personal difficulty to. And the other matters I'm not aware of.
Is he in the vicinity?
I'm not sure. Can be taken at the end of the
He
board.
can only be in 2 places, either this court or the other court,
I'll just check.
or it's sitting in the canteen.
I'll just check, my lord, if it can be taken at the end of the board. I'll inform him to.
Please. If you
I'm
can.
not, my lord, very privy to that. Because that only with that
No,
our matter
that's a
will
different matter.
form.
But you, since we are concerned with the same gentleman,
Lordship.
so
So it appears he's not there, my lord, today. I didn't see him.
he should have informed his colleague, somebody
That's why, my
working
lord,
with him to.
I pray, my lord, some time may be accommodated. We'll try to look for his.
Yes, miss, tell me.
Lordship, I pray that this matter can come up after 2 weeks, Lordship, since the conducting counsel is
Easier solution.
Petitioner is absent. However, the learned GA, Miss S. Lalu, has submitted that the state is also the conducting counsel on behalf of the state is also indisposed and has sought for accommodation in this matter today. On preamble, the same is allowed. List this matter after 1 week.
Call from supplementary process, item number 1.
Please, Lordships. Lordships, item 1 and 2 are anticipatory bail applications, my lord, emanating from the same FIR. An FIR dated 9th of March, Lordship. Here, my lord, what has happened is the item number 1, my lord, the petition item number 1. He is, my lord, he is working as a helper in the Clear Tirshi Way Bridge, my lord, which is in the just before Joy, Lordship. So he's working in the Way Bridge, my lord, for the past 4 to 5 years. And this alleged victim, my lord, he is the member of one NGO in the name of HITO, Lordship. So on 9th of March, my lord, of this year, what had happened, my lord, was during the daytime, while the petitioner was at his workplace, which is the Weybridge, my lord, this particular person came and in the pretext of claiming to be a member of the NGO, he made some illegal demand with regards to transportation trucks and all that, my lord. The petitioner, however, avoided the confrontation or anything like that, and my lord acted contrary to his demands, and there was no thereafter the person went away, lordship. In fact, so these kind of incidents or demands per se, my lord, were made time and again, and the petitioners always, my lord, refused to act as per his wish. Later on the same day, my lord, on 9th of March, the alleged victim comes to the residence of the petitioner, and he finds the petitioner there and threatens him, my lord, that in persons to the earlier incident that happened in the morning.
They are from the same locality?
Same locality, lordship, same village. So thereafter, my lord, the victim threatens the petitioner, and he leaves, my lord, that he says that he's a self-acclaimed member of this and that. So with dire consequences, he threatens the petitioner and he leaves, lordship. So there is no incident till then, my lord. However, on the same day itself, my lord, on 9th of March, at about 7 to 7:30 in the evening, the petitioner, my lord, along with his relative, who is the petitioner in the second item, my lord, they had gone to the local liquor shop for their own, my lord, purpose. This liquor shop is also located in the same vicinity, my lord, at Mukhla So Shri village, my lord. And there, my lord, this person who had earlier confronted them, the victim, my lord, his name is one Shri Solomon Rimbai. He was also there, my lord, and he started a altercation, lordship. In the middle of the altercation, not only he claimed that he is a member of these NGOs and he is having links with some underground organizations, he also happened to point out a gun, my lord. And in order to, my lord, save their own life and seeing the imminent danger to their life, my lord, they tried to push to, my lord, protect themselves. And this petitioner one, my lord, he is carrying one of those pocket knives, my lord, which the Khasi people carry for that. So he took that out, my lord, and in the middle of the tussle, lordship, in order to push the alleged victim, my lord, the victim suffered some injuries in his body, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, the victim left, and the petitioners also left the place, my lord. The FIR came to be filed.
The victim left on his own.
It's not mentioned, my lord, that how the victim, because other people were also there. So in lordship may find the FIR, my lord. I'll come to the FIR at page 22, lordship. Page 22, my lord, is the FIR. This is lodged by the brother of the, my lord, alleged victim. This brother also is, my lord, a well-known secretary of the HNYF NGO, my lord. So they are all NGO members. He writes, my lord, that sir, on 9th of March 2023 at about 7:30, two persons, namely Damut Bang, who is the petitioner number 1, my lord, and Palmon Sari, who is the petitioner in the second item, both residents of Lad Mukla village, West Jaintia Hills, had intentionally stabbed my brother, Solomon Rimbai, on his belly at Mukla Shosri with serious injury, wherein he was taken to Joai KJP hospital for treatment, wherein he was totally unconscious. That's why it may be noted that these culprit had time and again threatened my brother with dire consequence. Lordship, pursuant to this FIR, here, my lord, in my humble submission, this FIR does not give a very clear picture, not only of what has happened throughout the day and how this unfortunate incident came to being, it also doesn't mention, my lord, who was there, whether any person has seen, because this occurrence has happened admittedly outside a, my lord, liquor store. And liquor store, my lord, it is, my lord, quite obvious that people will be there, my lord. So either way, he says, my lord, that he was allegedly stabbed, taken to the hospital, and he was unconscious when in the hospital, my lord. The FIR was registered, lordship, as Joai PS case number 31-3 under sections, lordship, 307, 506 and 34, my lord. And the case is at the stage of investigation. My lord, both the petitioners had preferred a anticipatory bail application before the learned sessions judge at Joai, lordship. However, unfortunately, my lord, by way of a common order of 20th March, the same came to be rejected, my lord, on the ground that the offence is serious and investigation is going on. However, my lord, my submission here would be, lordship, the first petitioner, my lord, like as I had stated, my lord, he is working in the weighbridge, and this person, my lord, has gone and made his illegal demands for transportation for the best reasons known to him. And thereafter, my lord, the entire incident has somehow come to being, my lord. Secondly, lordship, this petitioner number 1, my lord, he's I believe 40, my lord. He is having 6 children, lordship, and his wife, 4 of whom are minor, and they are dependent on him for their livelihoods, lordship. Secondly, the petitioner, thirdly, my lord, the petitioner does not have any criminal antecedent whatsoever, ever, my lord. There is no FIR, nothing lodged against him except this, my lord. And my final submission, my lord, is that this entire incident, whatever may have occurred, is, my lord, purely as a result of, my lord, self-defense caused due to the sudden provocation and altercation caused by the, my lord, victim. And there was no premeditation, there was no intention, there was, my lord, there was nothing on part of the petitioners to, my lord, to say that he has intentionally stabbed someone. And in fact, my lord, the injuries also, I do not know, my lord, what exactly is the nature of the injuries, but that, my lord, will be there in the CD. But in my humble submission, my lord, this entire issue, whatever has happened, is the result of a altercation, my lord, outside the liquor store. And there is also a history behind it's not that, my lord, two random people have met and started a fight. There was a reason, my lord, here first in the workplace, again at his residence, and those are all, my lord, factors to be considered. So here, my lord, I would pray that the CD may be called for, lordship. And
any eyewitnesses?
No, my lord. No, my lord. From the
But it's the alleged incident happened in public view.
Yes, lordship. That is why
It should be for example, the person at the counter.
The shopkeeper or these people should have been because I'm only making the submission on the basis of the order of the learned trial court below, my lord, where they have said that the IO has examined vital witnesses, including the victim, but he does not mention whether there was any eyewitness or whether any eyewitness has said anything. He says, my lord, that case diary reveals that the IO has examined vital witnesses, including the victim, my lord. And it is also discerned that the victim is made a categorical statement against the petitioners, and both the petitioners are named in the FIR, lordship. So I would pray, my lord, that considering the fact, my lord, that the petitioner is working as a casual, my lord, not having a very adequate source of income, if he is apprehended, lordship, and my apprehension is that they had gone to my residence and tried to search. At that point of time I was not there, my lord. So secondly, my lord, as I have stated, 4 minor children, the wife is also there, and 2 other children also, albeit not minor, but they are also, my lord, dependent on the, and he is, my lord, from the poor background, having no criminal antecedent. I am praying, my lord, that if the CD is called for, an interim protection may be granted in the meanwhile. And that is my prayer for today.
Yes, madam. Tell.
May it please your lordship. Your lordship, my friend has just said that these applicants are casual laborers with a poor background and all that. That is not sufficient ground, your lordship, for grant of even for grant of interim protection, your lordship. Because if your lordship sees, your lordship, even the FIR says that the stabbing was done deliberately, and the victim was grievously injured, your lordship. The very fact that these 2 the first applicant, Damutpal, your lordship, who had been allegedly been threatened by the victim, your lordship, he, in spite of all the threat, he goes out at night to the local liquor shop. That means they were looking for trouble. They were trying to confront the victim, your lordship. So my humble submission is that, your lordship, and the release of these people, your lordship, at this stage, when the investigation is still on, would hamper the investigation, and that there is also every likelihood that there could be a law and order situation, because both the sides are looking out for each other. And thirdly, your lordship, these victims may flee the jurisdiction of the court, because even now, as on today also, they are not available. The IO has been trying to arrest them, but they are on the run, your lordship. So my only humble submission is that these people may flee the jurisdiction of the court. It could create an outbreak of law and order situation, even if they are given protection on an interim basis. And the nature of the case is also very grievous, your lordship. So my humble submission is that it would be better if they are arrested and kept in sight, so that there is no problem, your lordship.
What law and order would be there?
Yes, because
basically it's a private dispute, so
it
per
could
se.
be a private dispute, but the friends and relatives of this people and the friends and relatives of this people could be.
No, that is for the police to.
In fact, my lord, even this FIR, person to the FIR, this so-called organization has also put it everywhere in the newspaper that 2 people have died, stabbed, this and that. We're all, my lord.
That is not before us, your lordship, about the newspaper publication. But your lordship, I just still pray, your lordship, that interim protection would be too premature, your lordship. The witnesses may be intimidated.
Stringent conditions may be.
You have alleged that the genesis is when the alleged victim came and threatened you or make some demand from you.
Lordship, it's all started from the.
What stopped you from filing an FIR at that point of time?
That is why I stated, my lord, that when in the morning he came, my lord, and he at my workplace, he had made the demand.
Oh, that was everything was on the same day.
Everything was on the same day, my lord.
Oh.
In the morning he comes to the workplace, he says that I am from this so-called NGO, I have some illegal demands for transportation of drugs. I work at the weighbridge. I, my lord, refuse. There is no incident. Later in the evening, my lord, he comes to my house. My lord, and threatens me, and he leaves.
Okay.
And later on in the same day, my lord, I go to the liquor store, and my lord, going to the liquor store is not, my lord, asking for trouble. My lord, humbly submit that just because I went out knowing that someone has threatened me earlier in the day, then, my lord, where does the rule of law lie, my lord, that someone threatens someone and that person cannot go out? Interim protection, my lord, in the strictest of conditions, my lord, I have no objection.
If the CD is
We'll
called,
we'll have to.
if the CD is called for your lordship, we'll get a clear picture of everything. Then this prayer for interim protection can also be considered, your lordship. In any case, these people are on the run now.
Madam, you have to understand. It's well settled when there's an apprehension. Then the issue of grant of pre-arrest bail becomes more strong.
It has to be.
No, but if there is a deliberate, if that person had been, there's a deliberate attempt on by these petitioners to kill that person, your lordship.
Of course, that is
It was not
that is a
that-
subject matter of investigation.
Yes. So
We cannot come to any conclusion at this point of
Application
time.
under 438 for grant of anticipatory bail, my lord, directly
that lies,
finds the
discretion
genesis.
lies with the court, your lordship. After taking into consideration the nature and gravity of the
At this
accusation.
point, at this point of time,
Gulbakhshing is also very clear, your lordship.
yes, because at this point of time, without going through the papers, then particularly the CD.
But I was praying for some interim protection, my lord, at least no coercive action. I will not flee or anything. In fact, I am at my residence also.
He's not there.
Actually,
It is there written there, your
if
lordship.
the police are after you, who won't be scared?
Naturally, lordship. And especially considering that some NGO members may or may not be involved. Petitioners are, my lord, apprehending some.
Anyway, heard Mr. S. Dev, Leonard Counsel for the petitioner. So heard Mr. Yangi Leonard. You're AAG, isn't it? Leonard, AAG, appearing for the state respondent. The Leonard Counsel for the petitioner has submitted that an incident took place in the morning hours of 9/3/2023, wherein the petitioner, being at his workplace, which is, it's a weighbridge. You have not stated that it's a weighbridge here?
Stated that in paragraph, lordship.
Okay, okay.
Paragraph 3, my lord.
Yes, yes.
He is a
Which
helper
is
at the Cleartirshi Weighbridge.
Weighbridge at Claytirshi in the West Jainti Hills district. When one person by the name of Solomon Rambai, who identified himself as a member of an NGO, came to the said workplace of the petitioner and make some demands, to which the petitioner refused. The said person then went to the residence of the petitioner later in the day and threatened the petitioner, to which the petitioner, in order to avoid any untoward situation, did not respond, and the said person left. Again, later in the evening, at about 7 p.m. or so, the petitioner, along with one of his relatives, Sri Palman Sari, had gone to a local liquor shop at Mukhla, Shri, and there they were confronted by the said Solomon Rambai. after an exchange of words and a heated argument, the parties were involved in a tussle, and the petitioner, in order to defend himself, took out a pocket knife and pushed the assailant, who was also at that point of time pointing a pistol at him and his relative. In the scuffle that took place, the assailant was evidently injured, and after that the parties dispersed. The next one, the petitioner later came to know that an FIR was lodged and registered before the Joy police station.
The FIR was lodged before the Umolong police station.
It was lodged before the
It was transferred to
Umolong police beat house, and the same was eventually registered at the Joy police station, being Joy PS case number 31-3 of 2023 under section 307/506/34 IPC. The complaint was filed by the brother of the said alleged victim, Solomon Rabai. Pursuant to the said FIR and on investigation being launched, the police had come looking for the petitioner and his relative. Hence, the apprehension of an imminent arrest by the imminent arrest of the petitioner being present. The petitioner has accordingly filed an application. Have you stated anywhere that you have preferred an application before the sessions judge?
paragraph 21, my lord, page 15. Paragraph 20.
Took a last line. Firstly, before the learned sessions judge at Joy, but such application for grant of pre-arrest bail was rejected by order dated 23/2023. The petitioner thereafter has now approached this court with this instant application. The Learned Counsel has further submitted that the petitioner is innocent and the incident which took place was not factually portrayed in the said FIR, when in fact he was the victim and not the other way around. It is also submitted that the petitioner is the only earning member of the family with 6 minor children, and if arrested, the fate of his family would be in jeopardy. It is therefore the prayer of the petitioner that at this juncture, perhaps the case diary of the said JOIPS case be called for by this court, and in the meantime to allow the petitioner to be enlarged on interim bail. Ms. Tiangi Leonard AG, appearing for the state respondent, has submitted that the offence alleged against the petitioner are very serious, and the fact that an altercation had taken place between the petitioner and the alleged victim, there is every possibility of a law and order situation, which could arise as a result of retaliation by the parties. In view of this sensitive situation, it is therefore prayed that pending production of the CD before this court, the prayer for grant of interim bail may not be allowed. This court, on consideration of the submission made, firstly, is in agreement with the parties that the case diary is required to be produced so as to know the factual aspect of the matter and also the stage and progress of the investigation with the latest status report, and as such the case diary of the said JOIPS case number so and so is hereby directed to be produced on the next date fix. On the aspect of grant of interim bail, this court is mindful of the fact that this instant application has been filed under the provision of section 438 CRPC, which is an application preferred by a party who apprehends likely arrest in connection with a non-bailable offence. Therefore, the primary aspect to be considered is the question of imminent arrest, or rather the apprehension of the same. And if protection is not given at the initial stage, the purpose of filing the petition may become infructuous. Be that as it may, considering the submission made before this court, the prayer of the petitioner is found favorable. Prayer of the petitioner is found acceptable to this court. Accordingly, apart from the CDB being called for, the petitioner is allowed to go on interim bail on condition that he shall not abscond and that he shall not tamper with the evidence or witnesses, and also that he shall cooperate with the IO as and when required. The prayer for interim bail is subject to further orders as and when passed by this court in this matter. Next, the prosecution is directed to file the CD or a copy of the same on the next date fixed. How long or how soon can you file?
3 weeks, Your Lordship.
3 weeks.
Or 2 weeks is okay. Joy from
UI is not so far. And the CD usually you see more often than not, so as not to disturb the course of investigation.
the copy,
You know,
maybe.
just a copy.
Yes.
At the at the last stage, or rather before the the same is
Before
produced
the
for this
date
court,
fixed.
so it will not disturb the.
Correct. Your
You can do that, or that is up to you. The liberty is given to you. Let's this matter. Let's fix a date. What date do you suggest?
What is the 17th? What is that? 29th, Your Lordship. Oh no, 29th is a holiday. 27th is okay, Your Lordship.
Fine. You wanted 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now it has come down to 1 week.
Today is 18th.
Today is the 18th. Then it'll be in the first week of May, Your Lordship. I was looking at this.
5th or 8th.
Let's this matter on
Well,
4th. 4th?
Fourth, Your Lordship.
Lordship, in the second item, only difference is this is the
Name of the petitioner.
Name of
or it may
wait
be
second,
by
second.
a common order.
This the issue raised in this application is also similar to the issues raised in the application being AB number 8 of 2023, since the same involved since it involves the same incident and also the same FIR, except for the name and status of the petitioner. Since an elaborate order has been passed in the said AB number 8 of 2023, the same would be applicable in this case as far as the to the extent the petitioner herein is concerned. list this matter on 4th.
Both of me.
Much obliged.
Mr. Sheikh, what happened to you?
In item number 9, because that item number 11 is already adjourned because connected matter, Lordship. So item number and 11 and 9.
Oh,
Yes. So because I was of the impression that since the item number 9 has already been adjourned, so then item 11 has already been adjourned. So then also
you should have been here. You see, when
I
the
was
matter-
in the other court, Lordship.
Somebody was saying you are in the other court.
Yeah, I
Somebody
was
was
out of
saying
station.
you are out of station.
Out of station for 2
Somebody
days,
was saying you are in the canteen. Somebody is saying you are sleeping somewhere
No, I
else.
was out of station. I reached late today also, Lordship. 2 days I was not here.
You see, this is my request to parties concerned. If you are not able to come before the court, at least make a request through your colleagues, and at least an effective, prayer can be made. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward for the court to.
And 2 days I was out of station. In fact, I reached today itself, Lordship.
Fine.
Hello.